Welcome, 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 welcome to... You shouldn't be playing. Let's do that one, actually. Put that in the background. So, welcome to our next stream on Final Fantasy XIV here. We don't look, or we don't have a lot of we don't have too much to catch up on, I don't think. I lost my words there for a second. Basically, from where we left off last time, we had just gone to the past. The people we had met there being all of the ancients and Ascians, some Ascians that we already knew, as well as the other ancients, and we've been getting an interesting perspective. We have separated the timeline, as it has been shown with Grahatia, where there is still a world, as they mentioned in Shadowbringers, there's still a world, a version of the source in which they're dealing with the ramifications of an 8th rejoining. So that's still a thing that's happening, I guess, on their timeline. I think the show, or no, not the show, I think that the game has kind of implied that timelines only branch when time travel happens. It's not like a multiversal thing where it just branches every time there's a different decision. I think it's only when someone time travels, and it's like from one point to, so like, you know, I think you can agree what I'm saying. So with this one, it seems we've branched off another one, especially when we decided to tell Emmett Selk, an old friend of ours, Hythlodeus, an actual old friend of ours, and Vana, who is the main ancient and mind that is infused with, who is infused with Hydaelyn, who is Hydaelyn. And she, as you know, and she essentially said, like, I would not, I mean, maybe I would have made the moon thing with the rabbits, but she's like, I would not have, you know, that would have not been my last resort. That's ridiculous. And I have to agree. I thought it was very weird that that Hydaelyn, this goddess who's not worked this way this entire time, her last resort just so happens to be a big ball of a ship and some rabbits that know nothing about us. It's very odd to me. So, we are here to get some answers. After we talked to them, we ran around, tried to get some more information on Hermes, and I still believe that is our current objective, is getting more information on Hermes and Meteon. Trying to understand the Dynamis energies and get a crackdown on what the heck is happening, right? What is going on? Alright. Witness to the spectacle. Vana is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the intellects which can control it. Yet the most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to say our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, is there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? There are more like her. She has sisters. You did mention this to me. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetea Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. I feel like this is like extra loose right now. I'm not a fan of it. Okay. That's as much tightening as I can do on that. 79 yawns to the west. Perfect. How steep is that? Oh no, there's no getting up that wall. The south. Hold on. Was it over by the waterfall? At the top of the waterfall, I can hear it. Hey, oh, whoa, that's not the shark creature from earlier. What's that? That was terrifying. It's interesting to me that they haven't made any comments on the fact that I'm a piece of the soul of one of their closest friends, Azim. The absolute mess of a person who apparently ran into a volcano the last time they had talked to her. I don't know much about this Azim version of myself, but I am in love with them every time I hear anything about them. It's like, they're extremely wild. Just say you're Azim's familiar and everyone will believe you. Won't question a thing. It's wise, because Azim's a psychopath. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripetea Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short, and see what those two archivists have to share. Archivists? I don't know. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Bruh. Hold on, just by comparison, I need to look. 3, 1. Okay, hold on. let's stick to the ones that are actual. So these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then... So I should be coming up to another one soon, maybe, possibly. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Wait, if we can't affect the future, how come Elidibus said he saw us there? Because this is a separate timeline, right? Nothing we do here will change anything about the future, but about our future, but may change something about theirs. And yet, he sent us back here because he was like, for some reason I remember you being there, even though you weren't. Oh, maybe it was just a weird timeline thing where like both two versions of Elidibus. Yeah, we'll roll with that. Indeed. So, if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project. And by that, I assume you mean Meteon. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galin shared with me. Well, Galin is my partner, and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Vanar, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after the task. But I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with the retelling of the site which so delighted your Galin? Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasios Thalasi. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vanar, even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azim. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day that you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galin in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up the skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful. Thank you. I have opened the path to the skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the skyway, and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabasios Thalasi. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. Mistress Fanon, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer out on the upper skyway. Sorry, I just saw a bunch of... Holy crap, what? Final Fantasy's gonna be down for a year? Sorry, I just saw this in my Discord, in case anyone hadn't seen it. The maintenance will start on January 3rd at 9 p.m. and will continue until December 4th at 2 a.m. An entire year without Final Fantasy? I mean, I wasn't planning on that being my only stream content, but January 3rd, I gotta finish the story. That has to be fake. I gotta ask how real... I gotta ask if that was photoshopped. I need to... They were talking very seriously about it, which is not normal. I guess I meant background maintenance, but that's really weirdly worded. It basically words it almost as if, like, Final Fantasy's just dead in the water for a year. I I would be baffled if the game was unavailable for a year. That's insanity to me. Hold on, sorry, I'm just doing a bit of research here. Patch notes. It's just for now. I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. Oh, is it voice cutscene time? I hope I still have it on the continuous thing.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place? Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
and then I kicked him to the moon, and I kicked him back down, and it was incredible, and I won, and it was like, wow. Then I ate food. It was nice. Did a little jig. I talked to a man named Manderville. That went strangely. I was a detective for a little while.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
You technically were.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in, the heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life, laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. A moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up. Then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Let neither side hold back.
My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter! Have a taste! I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself! We've only just begun. Come at me with your all. Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will! You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough. 'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azem when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys. Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid. Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment.
Oh my god.
The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
I had my mic muted for so long. Like, it had to have been... when was the last cutscene where we talked? It probably... it was probably since we talked up on the towers. We're waiting for Galeen. Oh, that's painful. Well, I'm sure every streamer does it once in a while. Okay. So all my screams when fighting Vernah were at least buried behind my muted mic. Thank God. No one had to hear my cries for help. Gosh darn it. Okay. I'll have to go back and look to see how much ended up not being there. Anyway. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before? Oh wait, no, Shira's already talking. I'm foolish.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles.
She's speaking
End of
rather
status
well.
report. Severing connection with shared consciousness.
Oh, that was probably why.
Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly like... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No. I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Yeah, Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. Doesn't make sense.
I'm
Amon.
inclined to agree.
Amon's a different person.
As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
Unless Emmett Selk took it into his own hands and messed some stuff up. There are any number of places where Hermes might be an Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Ctesis Hyperborea, the largest facility that stands in Ethoseletikos Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Mermetal? I wonder, Mermetal. For an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, does you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within Ctesis itself. I touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where a vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the nearest north of Poietin Oikos. I forgot how they pronounced it last time. There's too many things I'm trying to pronounce. They're just messing with me at this point. It feels like bullying. I feel like I'm getting bullied. Poietin Oikos. Poietin Oikos, I think was the pronunciation. I never say these locations in the thing. I have no idea what these words How to pronounce these words, man. So, like, Academia Anador and Amarat and Ethereus are all very easy. Zodiark, Hydaelyn, Deus, Elidibus, Emmett Selk. They're all easy, but then, like, every location so far in the past location, just like, they're all so hard to pronounce. Every building, every place, they're like near impossible to pronounce without hearing how it is supposed to be said. That's driving me insane. Appears to be the teleporter Vana told you about. Motes of light yet hang in the air, suggesting the device was but recently activated. Ah, good. Linnaeus acknowledged you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Catesis Hyperborea, we follow this path, then turn left at the crossroads. More. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Meteion, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. Oh, look at him go. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we fail to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the Convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth, and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that, I am certain. It seems there's more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding, man. I really like having you as a bro, as a friend. Save your thanks, I did not say I believed your ridiculous story. But as Emmett Selk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. So I guess he just really doesn't like being seen as evil. I think the time for leisurely exploitation is past. If I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is, on the next dial over. Meteon is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path, we can teleport to Mesopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of the slope. Mesopsis. They are close by, within the Hungering Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Moemetal, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out here to us. If I were to go, he would assume I was only there to press him on the Fandaniel matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance at convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Moemetal can handle them. She did survive a bout of the Vanar after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Even the plants look creepy. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, those are those. Yep. Ooh, good lord, they're bigger. They're way bigger. Nice non-waste ability. Hello? Oh, Metal, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hythlodeus and Emitselk company. An important matter, and unrelated to my decision on Fandaniel, you say? Then, yes, I will come, as soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. This is no place for idle exploration. You spoke with Hermes, then? And were briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungering Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. Cannot speak for certain convocation members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray that things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet the Emitselk who would recreate Amarot in the depths of the ocean, I think it best for all concerned if such tragic events never came to pass. Be it in our future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone, and I hope that is. Hermes said he would not be long, yes. Then we shall wait here until he emerges.
My apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity. If one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us. Who you are, and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate Dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of Dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents.
Oh?
Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere. According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
What?
Meteion. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
What are you doing?
It hurts, it hurts! It hurts!
So hot, so cold, so sad. I don't understand. Make it stop. Please, make it stop.
Steady, Meteion. Steady.
So scared, so lonely. The pain, it's too much. Why? Why do we? They hurt.
Whoa! 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 Bro!
This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either.
Was I right? Was I right?
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteion also employs dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Sorry, I'm just messaging some friends with good old-fashioned long bro. What? Let's see. Okay, so somewhere nearish by over there. You calm your mind, your senses questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. But you fail to hear her voice. She must be elsewhere. You calm your mind, your senses questing for any hint of Meteion's presence. It seeps into my mind. Our voices reporting. No, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run to hide. Meteion's anguished voice grows distant as the source seems to flee down the slope. Oh man. Oh, no, dude. You strain to catch even the faintest whisper, but fail to hear Meteion's voice. She must be elsewhere. You strain to catch even the faintest whisper, but fail to hear Meteion's voice. She must be elsewhere. Gosh darn it. Dude, where is this other one, though? Such a big ground to search on. It's not in the water as far as I can tell, so I'm going to circle around the outside again. Around the pillars. There we go. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run far away. Dang it, dude. Please, don't follow me. Medion's anguished voice fades as you sense her climbing to the top of the ridge. Just come back here. Are all your sisters dead? Are all the other worlds gone? Is everyone consumed with darkness and evil? Is this just like a common thing throughout the universe? And our planet was next, but we forestalled it for a really long time. Is this what Midgard Sormer had to deal with on his planet? Like, how do I get up there? I feel like this has to be a way, but I cannot jump up on that last little bit. You strain to catch even the faintest whisper. Great. This was super helpful. Hey, don't come in here with your smiles, bro. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, servitor. Why did you do this to me? Why did you ever get me into this game? Why did you guys all get me into this game? I am pissed. Dang it. Come on, dude. You're all terrible people. How did it come to this? Is this the reason we traveled to the stars? While we sought out other life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. She has to calm down. I feel like she's gonna get transformed by Dynamis if she doesn't take a breather. Just relax. My theory from yesterday, I'm afraid, is gonna be slightly correct. I was also correct about Fandaniel knowing how to recreate the final days. He understood what happened. Which is... I wasn't exactly correct, but anyway. So the tree. Where are we going? Where is this gonna end up? Where are we gonna end up with this? Back up in the garden? She's just circle back around. Gosh. So whatever this area is. Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all people of Aetheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles on intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Metal, you mustn't listen! I have to know. I'm sorry. I don't care what the answer is. I gotta know. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Medion's English voice flees towards the lake. Any sign of Meteon? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of the situation? The Matea are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. I suspect something has happened which has disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach any sentient being directly. In the Matea's case, that means speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the Meteon we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befell her sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. Then we had best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Oh, my dear Meteon, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why do you keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Meteon renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings, does she not? If so, do not then disrupt her concealment with a surfeit of ether? Watch how Selk solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. I can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts are hidden from me. Which is why we must all work together. Metal will continue the search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains Meteon's likely location, you proceed to reveal our wayward familiar with a swift ethereal downpour. Very clever. And thankfully, she has made herself easier to capture by fleeing towards left. Assuming she is made visible, it should prove no great feat to herd her into a corner. Then we have our plan. Metal and Selk will be our tracker and trapper respectively, while we others predict and obstruct Meteon's avenues of escape. Selk and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we are partners for the time being. Let us return to where we last saw Meteon and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of preparedness, ready to rain down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. Alright.
Why can't I fly? Are my functions being restricted? Hide. Yes, I'll just have to hide then, where no one can find me.
Meteor's English voice heads towards the water's edge. She went into the lake? As if this wasn't tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expanse should make her easier to find. We won't lose her this time. We should be able to reach the bottom of this drop by climbing down the rocks at the water's edge. Do not even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remora. Jesus, fine, man. Relax. Is that a remora? Bruh. It isn't even that big. At least feed me to something big, dude. Come on. Kinda rude, man. If you're gonna kill me, do it right. That's all I gotta say.
Not here. I'm not here, please.
By that rock, is she? Very well.
What? Why can't I hide?
I'm gonna hear what you have to say, good or bad. I need to know how to fix this.
Oh, Metal, what are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough. Stay away, I'm begging you. Don't make me say it, it will break him. His poor fragile heart.
I'm not worried about Hermes' fragile heart. I'm sorry, I'm worried about people's lives. Now we have a chance. Once the others are in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. She, like, was bleeding black out of her eyes. There is some darkness in the universe.
Also the creepy, I want to be your friend. Can I be your friend?
It's like... Yeah... No, please. I will not lie. I am becoming increasingly nervous about whatever the heck is happening right now. I mean, really, what does she have to say? Like, something's ending all life in every corner of the universe? Because that's about the worst thing I can think of, and honestly, that's probably what she's going to say. I would not like that. Thanks for helping, buddy. On my back. Naeus not in use. It seems to have been left to the mercy of the elements. Either way, it bears no trace of Meteon's essence. We move on. There, I see her. Did Zodiac give you your teleporting powers? Because, bro, it would be pretty nice to have that right about now. She's crossing back across the lake. How long is this gonna go on, man? How can we not corner her at this point?
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
What?
Please, Mission. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry.
What did you see?
If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants. but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. In Ea, Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteion?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteion finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteion, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteion back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteion. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteion, not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Well, these answers assuage the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether. Had you never cast your accursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned to be at peace upon this one. Hermes is headed to Catesis. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating his ether. All I can say is that he entered from the rooftop, and likely arrived at the uppermost point of the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him. No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteion is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard this star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. Vinar? More metal? It is clear we stand on a precipice, but we have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteion's is the hand which tips us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase, and even if Hermes nor Meteion is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all accounts. To Catesis Hyperborea we go. Alright, you need to go outside. I'm going to take that as a yes. Alright, I'm going to take these dogs outside real quick, and I will be right back.
Took care of some other stuff while I was away. Hello, hello, hello. No one missed me while I was gone, right? Everyone's okay. Everyone's chilling. Everyone's fine. Everyone's happy. No one's upset, are they? I'm sorry. I am not ready for this. Oh boy. Not ready, not ready, not ready, not ready, not ready. What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside, Catesis? Mistress Vnar, I am so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm was sounded and Catesis put into a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and we have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes' doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic is draped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaped entities and the like. Catesis scholars and observers are unaffected, but everything and everyone else is weakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. Then consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he has seen fit to drop on our path. With that enfeebling spell in place, we're not like to be at our fighting best. And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. I've little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. And you will put that talent of yours to good use. You were fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled? Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You all need only to make the most of your strengths, and I will fill in the gaps as required. I was once Azim, after all. 'Twas my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel better about my lack of prowess already. And you, Immitselk, can impress us with your arcane majesty. You lob potent spells as easily as breathing, but you can also channel that power in a protective manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Mermetal, so 'tis only right that you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Meteion. And then we will face the future together. That's our fourth dungeon here. I'm definitely playing with these guys. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I can't even pull anybody else. Are they all all-rounders? Well, I guess not. The third seat. So he could have been anyone. That's interesting. Trust. Bro, yeah, no, I'm definitely playing this 100% with these people. Oh, wait, do I have to join through them? I might have to, hold on, I wasn't really thinking about that. Right. Forgot you had to go through there. For a simple second, I almost made a very clear error. Ooh. Did say biomes. This is very cool. Emmett is going to be a tank. I am so ready for this.
Please, turn back, else I might be forced to.
Seems he is determined to protect Meteon. Aye, a right bother this is going to be.
Have a taste!
I see you.
Have a taste!
Rising Phoenix, baby!
I see you.
Of course, he's a Dark Knight. Why would he not be?
I see you.
Oh my god, they made all those jokes about him not being a good fighter. He's a bard. Oh, that's painful. That's painful.
I'm not entirely useless.
Like, I'll pass trust up on other events in the future with the other characters, but not on these guys, you know? Now, this is a guaranteed, like, yes, I will play with them 100%. I will kick butt with them for sure. I will not get this chance very often. For a first-time story experience? Bruh.
it on!
I'm not entirely useless.
Not the right one again.
Have a taste.
There we go. Like, I don't know where the control button is.
Have a taste.
Make our way through the frozen sphere. Oh dear, this fellow seems to be disinclined to let us pass. We have no choice but to force our way. Investment. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Teleport like that, that's cool.
I'm not entirely useless. I'm not entirely useless.
You have to say it twice, buddy. I haven't really been paying attention on how you would normally tell which way it's going.
Out of my way!
I see you happening.
My way.
Have a taste.
Oh, it leaves its tracks. Interesting. ancient people gear? Bro. I'm vibing. What's that mask look like? This is like the other one I've had before. Trying to get used to the buttons on my mouse. I'm having a rough time.
I see you. I'm not entirely useless.
Of course.
Stay away!
My way. I'm not entirely useless.
According to Mistress Lisa, her creation is based on a concept for a bipedal wolf, and indeed it is impressively manlike in its gait. It is also highly intelligent, as is evidenced by its ability to employ tools, while the gleam in its eyes gives the impression that it comprehends our words. If this was to be the case, it would be a shame that its throat isn't designed for speech. I must make mention of this in the next report. To split between the sand and snow, just making by that purely bright line. Not to mention, when they say he may have his flaws, he can't fault his managerial prowess. Seriously, you want to discuss his candidacy now? They are funny there. Also, it's kind of a no wonder that Emmett Selk's people sacrificed themselves to create Zodiark and then sacrificed themselves a second time, considering that they're so at peace with returning back to the Earth and in the form of ether. It literally like did not matter. It was awful. Like to bring back their people, even since their purposes weren't necessarily complete, is something that they desired. But yeah, no, it's like it was nothing to them to sacrifice themselves for the star, for the people. I found it to be beautiful, to be honest. I find that really interesting. Inhale. It could be a full forward move.
This may
Personal. Curious breath.
I'm not entirely useless. I see you opening eyes.
again. Oh, good point, good point, good point, good point. The head's bulge when he gets the fire breath. You can tell which one is going to attack. Right, front, a little bit, case. Perfect. Passed for Constitution, but I failed for Intelligence. If its concept is submitted, I will be certain to reject it.
I cannot let you take Meteion. Not yet. Try to.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
I see you.
I do not time very well. I'm slowly learn. I always like order food and then get my food directly as I'm in the middle of something. That is not going to be my mission at all. Remember which of my buttons are which ones. That would be Man, how far up does this place go, bro?
Hear their answers before they're expunged from existence.
I'm not entirely useless.
I'm not entirely.
I see you, Dominic.
Why does it feel like saying I'm not entirely useless has become like the new snobby? How's that feeling? Not entirely. Dang it. The successful creation of migratory birds, which travel between continents with the seasons, came as a breath of fresh air to the long stagnant realm of flying life forms. In the end, it was a relatively simple thing to grant creatures the ability to navigate by celestial bodies, but this method lacked the precision needed to guide them to the same location each time, as it would be vital to their survival. The breakthrough came in the form of magnetic fields, the use of which was discovered by the incumbent Fandaniel during his tenure as chief overseer of Elpis, a truly inspired idea that has brought lasting benefits to the star. Oh, there's your coffer. That's not what I need. Where's all my striking stuff? I just got a mask. Here we are. Essentially ready to do this. Winged Defiance, Hermes.
So, it comes to this. I have no wish to fight, but this time, I cannot yield. Though the world may think me a mad, desperate fool, I will hold fast to my conviction.
This reminds me of Crystal Tower. That's all I'm gonna say. To protect Meteon, he would go so far as to transform, so far as to make himself a villain.
I will have the time and tranquility I require. Lust and pain gather to me.
Have a taste.
I see you.
Have a taste.
This makes you. Leash its wrath. Unleash your power.
Hey, yo, I didn't study for this. Oh! How am I not
Dancing
dead?
winds, pierce my bones.
I do not know how I'm not dead. I feel like I should have died.
Stars on high, fall as rain.
I started paying attention a little better. I don't use the SAT, ACTCs like everybody else. They're not going over to that rock. I get it. Double. But these kind of
Surge is one!
quadruple. Okay, those two first.
I see
Then
you.
those two. Then those two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I see you.
Back up. Middle.
Dancing wind! Pierce my foe!
Good.
Stars on high! All is rain!
Hey, yo, where it comes from, though. That walk over there. Those four first.
Even when transformed, I am not finished yet.
Have a taste!
He's down. Ooh, yeah, baby.
No! My
Oh, just in time. My order has not been delivered. It is approaching. This close. I appreciate and respect the crap out of you, sir, for doing your best. You're trying to protect somebody and follow through with your ideals and the promise you made to her, or maybe not the promise, but the statement you said. So I can respect that 100%. Enhanced Brotherhood, let's go! I get those faster now, which means I can do even more of these two moves down here. Hype. So glad neither of those are what I needed. I'm gonna go grab my order. I'll be literally like a minute or so. I'm saying you don't even want to be in the same room that I'm in half the time. And one of my dogs in particular just like refuses to stay in the same room as anybody else. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You know, like dogs never want you to leave them alone. This one, not so much. I mean, she'll pester you, but she likes to play to an extent. But like, the second you're like, you sit down or lay down in a room, oh no, she's gone. She's out of here. She don't want to be near you at all. You're not focused on her or food, she's out of here. The other one won't leave you alone. So there's a weird dichotomy of being left alone and hounded all the time. Which I guess is better than being hounded by two dogs constantly. So, that's nice. Ordered Dairy Queen. I was gonna get Cane's, but for some reason DoorDash is temporarily closed. And after what happened the other day with the one thing, the code for Endwalker, I don't be trusting Grubhub anymore. There will be a day when I stop door dashing food and set up a camera downstairs and swap to a cooking stream whenever I want to take a break and go get food. When that day comes, I'm going to be very excited. I just need to figure out how to connect to OBS in that way. I think you can do that somehow. I'm sure there's a way. If there's not, I might have to use Streamlabs, and if I can't do it there, then, well, sucks to suck, I guess. How do you open this and it not go everywhere? Like, DQ, I understand that your design is, in particular, this like, oh, it doesn't, the blizzard doesn't fall, but it does melt. You do realize that, right? Jesus. I'm gonna set that right there. Time to be a fatty while the cutscenes play.
It's over, Hermes. In the name of the Convocation, I hereby take Meteion into custody. And setting aside the matter of your nomination, you will come with us too. We require your knowledge to assess and resolve the situation.
Meteion, I am so sorry. Would that I could have listened to your report in full. Reflected upon its meaning and conveyed it to others. That they might reconsider their chosen course. But I have failed. And that wish will never be realized. However, ere our fates become the province of others, I bid you tell me just one thing. Was there happiness in those distant stars? Was there a reason for living?
We conducted our search as per your instructions. We scoured historical records, communed with the spirits of the deceased, heard the final testaments of the dying, welcomed their shadowed hearts into our own. One race had striven to create a world bereft of animosity.
She's a cloud of darkness. She's a cloud of darkness.
They renounced relationships to avoid interpersonal strife. And in so doing,
I was right,
brought
wasn't
about
I? I have to
societal
be,
collapse.
please.
One race had renounced war and devoted itself to the enrichment of its people. They were conquered. Though they destroyed the enemy in reprisal, they could not regain their former glory. One race had concluded that finite time was the root of all woes. Aspiring to shatter its shackles, they went in search of infinity. They discovered nothing is infinite, and that neither time or death can be cheated. Disillusioned, they gave up on the future and themselves. One race had discarded all things that gave rise to sorrow, hoping to have only joy. They found joy lost its savor in the absence of sorrow, and lost their will to live. Though worlds apart, these peoples shared a belief. The belief that they had tried their best. That they had tried to fulfill their potential with every step and success. In the course of which, they learned the truth. That they would never be free of fear and sorrow, anger and despair, of loneliness, so long as they yet lived. Even now, their
SpaghettiOs.
souls cry out for oblivion. And to this song of anguish, I lend my voice. We lend our voice. Oh, beloved mankind, shimmering jewels of beautiful Etheris, rejoice, for we will free you from the cruel yoke of existence. There is no need to struggle in vain, for in nihility awaits salvation. You will know peace and serenity, and it will be beautiful. We will make our nest at the edge of the universe, and there in the dark of dead worlds hoard sorrow and suffering.
Yo, can we go back like
There we
several
will
quests
sing.
when she was cool?
Our chorus
Please.
ever louder and ever
Please.
clearer, that our song may reach even this ether-shrouded star. Such is the answer we have found in the stars. Such is the gift we now offer to Etheris.
Who are you to decide our fate? To decree we live or die? Have you lost your
Bro.
mind? You heard what she said. She means to destroy us all, yet you'd still take her side?
In the name of the star, We have discarded those creations that we deemed flawed. If we ourselves are flawed, does it not stand to reason that we too should be discarded?
That is sophistry, and you know it!
Perhaps it is. Perhaps I am wrong. But who is to say that you are right?
Oh god, he's a Redditor! Oh no!
Let us settle this with a determination. In my authority as Chief Overseer of Elpis, I will make a judgment on man's fitness to exist. If he can learn to value all life and retain his will to live, even should his end be justified, he will surely find a way to avert his demise. If not, he will perish and starve. As with all determinations, provisions must be made to ensure fairness. Kairos! Awaken!
Memory reconfiguration system Kairos activated. Awaiting instruction.
Command. Universal memory alteration. Target area. Catesis Hyperborea. Starting point. Arrival of Emmett Selk of the Convocation at Propylion.
Oh!
The present. Erase the memories of all events and replace with a vague recollection of the following. I was here, preparing to demonstrate the functionality of Kairos to Emmett Selk and Hithodaeus.
And you know what, Austin?
Meteon's
I can't change the
shared
future.
consciousness
It's set in
became
stone.
Unstable. She and her sisters could not sustain their existence.
This is what Elidibus
And
meant.
all dissipated with a burst. The resultant shockwave accidentally triggered Kairos, which erased several days of memories from all present. Execute.
Command acknowledged. Initializing. 3 processes remaining to execution.
Bravo. I dare say one would be hard-pressed to make it fairer. Everything that you told us, everything that has happened, the fact we've even met, it will all be gone.
Oh no, my memories! Oh crap, my memories! Someone, secure those, please.
Go, Meteon. To the edge of the universe, where none can reach you.
Hermes, won't you come with me? If you were to shed your flesh, I should be able to carry you.
I will remain. As a man, I will oppose the oblivion you bring.
Silly fool. Had you said yes, I would have granted you the gentlest end.
Oh!
This ends here!
Oh boy.
Fly,
He was the original manipulator all along. He's been tricking Emmett Selk for centuries. He played along. He's been the dude! What a way to tie him in. What a way to tie him in. Oh my god. I was about to say, you cannot hold these people, right?
To me!
First process complete. 2 remaining to execution of memory reconfiguration.
As if we needed more pressure. No matter what, you cannot forget what happened today. For it is the key to saving your future.
Yes, exactly.
Your world. This fight is our fight. What comes after, our problem to contend with, not yours. No. Your own struggle awaits, and no one else can take your place. You must flee this place with your memories intact, and I will see that you do. Now then, where is it? There you are, my little confluence.
Bro!
Very well then. You may elude us this day, but not forever.
Meteon's gotten away.
Second process complete. 1 remaining to execution.
No time for brooding. Listen well. Beyond lies a spatial confluence that connects the interior sections of this building. I will destroy the confluence and force open a way outside. When I do, you must jump through.